Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to week 46 of the DC Sports Digest. We are only one day away from week 1 of the Commanders season, but before that we have a little more news. So without further ado, let's just get started. So the Nats lost the Cubs series and they split the Marlins series and then lost the first game of the Pirates series. The first game, or the game last night, was rained out, so there will be a doubleheader tomorrow, or today, I guess, yeah, today. As the rosters reached 28, we had Darren Baker, another pitcher, get called up, and son of Dusty Baker debuted and got a hit on the first pitch he sees, so that was great to see. Corbin had a good game against the Marlins and our, I think, only win of this week, so hopefully we can do better next week as we have the Pirates series finishing, the Braves series, and another series with the Marlins. No news for the Wizards, and not too much for the Caps either. I think they've been starting some informal skates, and their training camp actually begins next week, and then I think the preseason starts a little bit after that, so I think a little bit over a month until their season starts, so that's exciting. And now on to the Commanders. We have a little bit of news to cover before we get into some off-season recap and record prediction. So we signed linebacker and special teams ace Nick Bellore, kind of like the linebacker version of Jeremy Reeves from the Seahawks, so he knows our special teams coach Larry Izzo. So another great sign. I think we also released Byron Pringle maybe to make room for him. So we'll see what happens with that. The big news of the week was Sam Cosmi getting a huge extension, 4 years, $74 million. I'm pretty sure he still has 1 year left on his contract, but obviously, as you saw, like the 49ers and things, you don't want to deal with that at the last minute. You want to have it signed and sealed. So I'm really glad we did that. I think there's definitely some talk about maybe trying to do it this season or before the season, and they got it done before the season. They got it done this week. Definitely a fair deal, especially because the market probably will go up soon. So definitely well-deserved. Congrats, Sam Cosmi. So now I'm just going to do a little off-season recap and record prediction. It's obviously another long off-season, but it was very exciting, obviously. New coaching staff, new general manager, and then a lot of new players, and also a lot of great new draft picks. And so far, everything's looking pretty good, but we can't expect everything to come this first season. So that's why my floor for us is going to be, let's say, 6 wins, and my ceiling is going to be 9 wins. And I'm not sure if we're going to make the playoffs. I'm leaning toward no. But, we never know what happens. And this first game against the Buccaneers tomorrow, it's going to be a tough one. But we do have the element of surprise with everyone, it being a new team, new schemes. And, yeah, I'm really excited and hope you guys are too. And now on to the Mystics, who lost to the Sun. They beat the Wings and Mercury. They have games against the Lynx, Sky, and Dream coming up. They've been actually doing pretty well as of late. Washington Spirit tied San Diego. They also had Magic Johnson join their ownership group, so that's great to see him getting involved in another Washington team. They have a game against Portland tomorrow. DC United beat Toronto, and there are maybe, I think there's 8 teams in the playoffs for each division or conference or whatever. So they're 4 points away from, I think, that 8th spot, so technically possible. I don't think they would get that far in the playoffs. But if they lost that game, they feel like they would be almost eliminated at that point, but technically still possible. They got a game against Chicago tomorrow, see if they can stay in that playoff hunt, I guess, somehow. And that's all really have. A pretty quiet week, but there'll be a lot more excitement next week after the Commanders' Week 1 game, so there'll be a lot to recap. So, thanks for watching. Bye.